This is an Andalusian stallion I've had in for training for a little bit now. I probably have about 3 weeks of working into him in this video. I really want to show you how I work with horses that are showing some attitude or some sass. And this stallion's giving us a bit of this right here. So you see how he tosses his head like that? And there he kind of grabbed his butt and shifted to the side. You know, none of these are like huge butt puckering problems for me. They definitely could lead to something if I didn't check it in. I'm gonna show you how I fix this. Horses that are shaking their head and just showing that they're not a huge fan of what you're doing with them need to get put to work, but just like doing lap after lap after lap isn't gonna cut it. That's just they're gonna eventually lock up and get more angry with you probably. So you'll notice here I'm doing direction changes. Direction changes, it keeps them on their toes because they're like, okay, wow, change directions, bam, drive out. Change directions, bam, drive out. It's like my groundwork. My lunging exercises isn't to lunge a horse till they're tired. It's those direction changes that get them in the thinking side of their brain. I really try and just drive out of those turns. He doesn't really like being right close to the fence, but if he was comfortable with that, realistically, I'd be coming around that corner there and just come 45 degrees into the fence, not even worry about stopping him, just pull him and really drive out. That's the important part. You'll see even already he's starting to work off that hind end more, and that's what I'm looking for. And you'll notice that head shaking has already stopped. So the longer I did this with him, the more he actually softened up in my hands. I mentioned that he doesn't like being next to the wall, but you'll notice the longer I go here, actually the more comfortable he gets against the wall too. It's an exercise that was very valuable. Now, just like most exercises, you can't over drill. You can't do it time and time again, every day, every day, every day. This is just one of those things that's part of the building step. I'll do this a couple days with him, and then I'll move on to the next stages. But if you're having a horse that's shaking their head in frustration or kicking their heels up, switching their tail, something that'll bam, switch that train of thought and make them work or drive or move those feet is really gonna get you a long ways. If you want to know what those next steps are or the steps building up to this, check out barjlhorsetraining.com. We have hours of video footage in there, but specifically we have my horse training program, which shows all the exercises I use building up to a nice working horse.